Hey everyone, I figured I'd do this live, I guess. Save on upload times, which are a fucking pain in the ass. So this is a bit of an experiment. But yeah, I'm back. Yay! I know it's been what 6 months or so since I made a video. Sorry about that. Whatever. I just wanted to talk about, I guess, the direction. And you know, there's been a lot of talk lately of right hand path Satanism, and you know, the direction some people want to take Satanism in, which seems to be a political, altruistic kind of direction. I think it's stupid. It goes against, you know, the TST are, you know, this whole altruistic outlook that they have seems to, I don't know, it goes against everything that I hold dear about Satanism. It's not the way I look at it. I mean, you know, if you wanna like be altruistic in your Satanism, or if you want to be altruistic, cool, man. You know, if that's what brings you joy, if that's what allows you to sleep at night, then by all means, go for it. I myself have kind of been involved in an altruistic, you know, community sort of based endeavor lately. But the difference is that I'm not doing it in the name of Satanism. You know, I'm doing it because I believe in it, because I think it's something that could help a lot of people. But I mean, I'm not out there screaming, I'm doing this for Satan, you know, or I want equal rights just like the Christians, or just like the fucking Muslims, or whatever, you know. But yeah, there are people out there that are doing that. There are people out there, you know, the TST are out there running around going, oh, we're doing this for Satan. You know, what's the latest one? Socks for Satan? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's got to be a troll. Surely we're all victims of this. Surely you know, people in charge of, you know, Jex Blackmore and fucking Lucian Greaves and Lilith Star and all these people are just sort of laughing. Surely it's a joke. Like, socks for Satan? Really? You couldn't come up with a better name for your thing? Whatever. You know, I mean, I'm not going to bring up the walking a Muslim to work, because you know, there's been a reason given for that. And that was, oh, it was a mistake. You know, oh, it was a rogue chapter. Whatever. I think we can all see through that. But I will bring up the you know, invading a football pitch or a football field because the football team wanted to pray. And it was the football team. It wasn't just the fucking coach. It was the football team. They wanted to do that. More power to them. If that's, you know, if that's what brings them strength, go for it. But you know, I mean, Kiwis are we're a pretty laid back sort of bunch, and but Lilith Star, if you had done that here in New Zealand, you wouldn't be walking off that rugby field under your own power. That you'd be stretchered off. You know, the way I see that is you know, a rugby field or a football field or a sporting field is the player's house. That's their house. It's got nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with you, whatever they wanted to do, nothing. So, yeah, yeah, like, as I say, you did that in New Zealand, shit would get real quick. You got like 30 Tongans and Samoans and big boys, and that's just a high school team. You get a high school team fucking running after you, you'd know all about it real quick. But I mean, that seems to be their MO, is to be all altruistic in the name of Satan. And it's disappointing because, I mean, Doug Mesner, Lucien Greaves, he's a smart guy. He's a very, very smart guy. And Anton LaVey is a pretty simple writer. The Satanic Bible is a pretty simple book to understand. It's not fucking written in Hebrew. It's not Greek, and it just seems to be an absolute fundamental lack of understanding of the Satanic Bible, if that's indeed where they're coming from, if a LaVeyan point of view is where they're coming from. But yeah, like, and my good friend Tex made a video today, which kind of spurred me back into action, I guess. And Tex, brother, this is an attack video at all. It's not. I have utmost respect for you, and you know that. Tex and I have spoken in depth often about things. And but he said, he brought up the question of what right do the Church of Satan have to define Satanism? And then he answered that question with LaVey. Well, I tend not to agree, because as Tex said later on in his video, like LaVey himself said, if he didn't start the Church of Satan, someone else would have. That kind of null and voids any kind of claim to Satanism, I think. And LaVey himself, he was no brain surgeon. Sure, he wrote a book, big fucking deal. He wrote a book, the Satanic Bible, that everyone seems to prophetize. Everyone seems to be prophetizing LaVey, even though you never saw him without his funny wee cape with the wee horns. Really? Like, this guy's your prophet? This guy's the guy? This is the guy? Really? Fuck. I mean, I've never been a huge fan of LaVey. I don't think I'm a LaVeyan Satanist. If I am, then I'm a LaVeyan Satanist that doesn't really like LaVey. It's not that I don't agree with him or think he was, it's not that I don't agree with him. I think he was kind of stupid. I think he didn't really get PR, didn't really get public relations. He caricatured himself. He I mean, making those funny movies and going on those funny talk shows and letting those talk show hosts rip him to shreds and make him look like a fool. Going to his publisher with the Satanic Bible in 66 or 65 probably, and his publisher turned around and said, well, it's good, but we need more magic, we need more woo. So LaVey took it back and added a whole bunch of rituals, and hey, I could be wrong on that point, who knows. But yeah, LeVay's not my guy. I'm my guy. You know, that's the beauty of Satanism is I'm the guy. I'm the one that says yay or nay. I write my own doctrine. You know, and yeah, I don't know, man. Like, and as I say, you know, I got a lot of time and a lot of respect for Tex. And again, this isn't an attack video on Tex. Tex and I are friends, and I enjoy. Haven't spoken to Tex in a long while. You know, it's been like last 6 months has been pretty kind of tough, and I've kind of withdrawn a little bit, kind of refocused. So I've been out of the loop and out of the community for a little while. So, but yeah, you know, I guess it's good to be back, I suppose. But yeah, as I say, it's this isn't an attack video on Tex, and I'm sure Tex and I will have a conversation and have many more to come. As I say, I've got nothing but respect for the man. But yeah, there were a few points in his latest video that I didn't sort of agree with. You know, like the Church of Satan and the Satanic Temple and all of these groups, man. You know, like people run around a lot. Satanists run around and say, "Oh, it's Satanism's about the individual. It's about the individual." When they flash you their TST membership card or their Church of Satan membership card. "Oh, so you're an individual," says the guy that's part of a group. You know, or part of a church. I mean, you know, there's a difference, I think. You know, the question could be raised, is there a difference between a church and a group? I'm a part of a group. I'm part of the Sect of the Horn God. I'm a member. I have a certificate and a membership card. But we're not a worship-based group. You know, they're not a worship-based group. They're not. Then you know, they're not a church. We don't. You know, it's an educational thing. It's totally different. But you know, I mean, the whole individualism thing with Satanism seems to be a little bit of a catchphrase, really. You know, I mean, if you're serious about being an individual, then start acting like it. Let's have fucking individual conversations. Let's have conversations as individuals. Why do we need these fucking groups? Why do we need these fucking churches? You know, I mean, fuck. At the end of the day, everyone seems to, you know, be part of groups and whatnot, and then 6 months later, switch. Oh no, I'm not part of that group anymore. I don't agree. Well, why join a group? Why join the church in the first place? You know, if Satanism is about the individual, seems pretty logical to me. But I mean, you know, like, yeah, people that join the Satanic Temple and the Church of Satan are just sheep. They're sheep. They're a flock of sheep. You know, it's like, why? You know, like, I don't get it. It's almost like it's almost like parodying. It's like a parody of Satanism. It's a complete contradiction, and it's an obvious contradiction. You know, so yeah, like, but I mean, you know, as far as yeah, I guess that's all I got to say about it as far as being a part of a group goes. I mean, I haven't been very active at all lately. Like in the last 6 months, it's been a pretty tough time for me. But you know, being part of the sect of the Horn God, whether they know it or not, and they probably don't. But you know, reading the blog posts and the articles and whatnot has helped me a lot through this through what's been a pretty tough time. And you know, it's been cool. So you know, for that I thank you guys. Everyone that writes a blog and posts it up there and writes an article or posts an article. You know, it's been interesting. It's been educational. But I mean, you know, Satanism. You know, there's like the TST, for example. I guess we'll talk about them for a bit. The TST have taken Satanism and you know, Satanism is the tool that we'll use. It's some, I think it was Lucian Greaves. Someone said to him that Satanism is like the nuclear option on any issue, you know, and that to me sort of says, you know, that he believes that Satanism is a multi-purpose tool. You know, not only is it for self-elevation and self-education and, you know, self-deification, it's about it can be used for such and such. It can be used for the separation of church and state, or it can be used for abortion rights, or it can be used for protecting the poor Muslims. And you know, no, it fucking can't. No, it fucking can't. Satanism, I mean, if you want to talk Satanism and tools, Satanism's like a spanner. Spanner's only any good on a nut and bolt. Spanner's no good for a screw. You know, Satanism is only any good for you. For you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's for me anyway, the way I see it and the way I apply Satanism to my life is it's for my own self-education. It's for my own fucking self-deification, for me. It makes me better, not anything else. Me being a Satanist is good for nothing else apart from me. That's the individualistic part of Satanism. You know, is it's no good for anything else. It's like, and me being a Satanist is no good for anything else apart from me and making me a better person and making me a better fucking me. You know, and that takes work. Of course, that takes work. Every aspect of Satanism takes work. You know, so yeah, 3 viewers. Wow, I didn't expect any viewers at all. So yeah, the reason I'm doing this live, dudes, is because I cannot be fucking bothered sitting here for 2 hours watching my video upload. So I figured I'd do it live, and there's no upload time. Hopefully the chat box is open. If you guys want to have a chat, then cool, let's do it. But yeah, you know, like, I don't know. It's, yeah, I don't get it. I don't fucking understand what these groups are trying to achieve, and I don't understand altruistic Satanism, right-hand path Satanism, Satanism for the masses. But you're an individual. I mean, when I say work, okay, an example of that would be I guess, you know, LeVay said, if you hit me, I will thrash you back. Now, for me, my interpretation of that is I will, you know, if you wrong me, then I will cut you from my life altogether, and you'll never be spoken of, and you will never be thought of, which is where the work comes in. My story, as far as that goes, is I've cut 2 of my sisters from my life because they wronged me and my family. The instance that springs to mind is one sister tried to take my children from me 3 days after there was an earthquake that ruined the city that I was living in at the time. Huge upheaval, huge. You know, Christchurch earthquakes were not like little shudders. Like, our city fell down. Our city was fucked. It was 8 hours before I knew if any of my family were alive or dead. You know, the next day after the big one, I get a phone call from my sister. Oh, we'll get your kids out. See, we'll get an air ticket. Put your kids on a plane. They can stay with us. Cool, thank you. So got up there. They got up there, and she sat them down and went, "Okay, you're all coming to live with me." And my kids were like, hmm? Meanwhile, my wife and I were still at Christchurch. So after all of this and all of these wrongs that this woman had inflicted upon me, I cut her from my life. I now no longer speak to her, and I try not to think of her. But that's the hard bit. Now, I do think of her. I think of her often, but I don't think of her in a sorrowful way. It's not, you know, I don't feel sorrow that I don't see her anymore. I don't feel, you know, anything like that. I don't feel that I was wrong, but I think of her, and that's the annoying part. That's where the work comes in, you know. I mean, I'm at a point now where, you know, I'm at a point with my relationship with her has gotten to a point where I don't wish her to die. I don't wish for her death. But if her death was to come, oh well, I wouldn't shed any tears. You know, I really wouldn't. But I'd like to not think of her. I'd like to not have to. And that's the work part of it, you know. And the payoff for that work is I don't have to think of that fucking maggot anymore. You know? So I mean, that's what I mean when I say work. That's what I mean when I say it means it takes work. All of these principles of Satanism and whatever, you know, they all take work. So, but yeah, I guess that's my little vlog, rant, whatever. Hopefully this works. 2 viewers, I'd really like to know who they are. Never mind, I guess I'll find out. But yeah, that's my little rant. That's my little spiel, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, do it. If you don't. But yeah, I'll I guess I'll try to do more videos and see where we go from here. But cheers for watching, and be cool, be careful, and don't get blasted.